Here we are. Welcome to Pathways, a show dedicated to presenting information to parents and students on strategies for student success and academic college tracking. I'm Romus Reese. Today we have a special guest, Jared Romero, a tenure track counselor for EOPS at Contra Costa College and also a fellow colleague. Jared is a community college transfer student from Los Medanos College. He also has a bachelor's degree from UC Berkeley in ethnic studies. Also, he has a master's degree from San Francisco State in college counseling. Welcome to the show, Jared.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me, Romus.
Hey, you're welcome. Now, as stated before, the show's dedicated to helping parents and students navigate the process of getting into a four-year college. You're a great example because you're someone who successfully navigated their way through the ever elusive process of getting into a four-year college and graduating. As a transfer student and counselor, what information or advice do you have for students that are trying to get into a four-year college?
Right. Okay. So first of all, I just want to give full disclosure. Um, I am speaking from my experience as a community college counselor. So obviously, I'm going to advocate for students to go to community college. And also, from my personal experience, I attended community college and then I ended up transferring to a four-year college. So what I'm planning on highlighting is some tips on transferring. Starting for students starting at community college and then transferring to a four-year college. I think in terms of community college, there's a lot of resources. It's very affordable, and it offers students the opportunity of going to college, but not having that pressure of having to move out from home or commute to a four-year college or pay thousands of dollars when a student at age 17, 18 may not know exactly what they want to do in life. So being at community college allows students to still remain local, stay at home if they're still living with their parents, for example, and it offers a lot less pressure and it's a lot more affordable. So in terms of college success, I would say starting at community college is definitely a first step. To start at community college, pretty much anybody and everybody is eligible to start at community college. So there's not this super exclusive acceptance policy or acceptance rate. A student would just, for instance, I work at Contra Costa Community College, and we onboard new students, returning students, non-traditional age students, meaning students who aren't traditionally like age 18 coming out of high school going into college, right? So and basically students just go to contracosta.edu/apply and they submit an application, and then from there there's a certain what's called matriculation. There's a certain matriculation process. So that means filling out a math and English placement so you can be placed into the proper math and English courses,
Mhm.
doing an education plan with a counselor, um, doing an online orientation, and then of course registering for your classes and starting during your that's for instance the fall semester or spring semester or summer term. So um, when students do that, they can start at community college and then take a pathway of doing their first 2 years of major prerequisite courses and general education courses so that they can transfer to what's called a four-year college. So in that sense, somebody would go to a community college for 2 years,
Mhm.
transfer to a four-year college and complete the remaining 2 years there so that they can get a four-year degree at a four-year college, also known as a bachelor's degree. So some of the things I wanted to highlight are the University of California TAG agreement. So that's UC TAG. So there are nine universities of California that students can transfer to, right? So um, what the TAG agreement is, that stands for Transfer Admissions Guarantee. So what that does is it offers guaranteed early admissions to one of six UC campuses. Okay, so those campuses include UC Davis, UC Irvine, UC Merced, UC Riverside, UC Santa Barbara, and UC Santa Cruz. If you've noticed, some of the UCs that you may have heard of that are more popular are excluded from that TAG agreement just because those campuses are super impacted. And impacted basically means that the the major or the specific campus can't accommodate everybody that applies. So when impaction basically means that they're going to accept students based off of certain things like your GPA or how prepared you are for the major. So with UC Tag, it's limited to those 6 campuses, and some majors might be excluded. But typically, if your prospective UC is part of the tag agreement and your prospective major at that school is offered, then what you'd want to do is complete all of the necessary major prerequisite requirements, complete the transfer requirements. So that's like general education transfer requirements like English, math, arts and humanities, maybe a foreign language, for example, right? That's just to name a few. And the student would have to attend a California community college and have at least 30 units completed upon transfer. So when students do that, they get early, and if they meet the minimum GPA requirement for that transfer admissions guarantee at that UC for that particular major, because some majors have higher GPA requirements
Oh,
than others, and some campuses might have specific GPA requirements. So what I'd recommend is if students can look up the UC tag agreement, you could just Google that, and I'm sure Romus will provide a link.
mhm.
Then you could read more up on that. And also, if you're at a community college, you definitely want to speak with a community college counselor, specifically if there's a transfer counselor at that campus that you're at your community college, then you'd want to speak specifically to that person.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
good
right.
information. This
Not
is
a
great.
right.
Perfect. So there you go. There's information basically on the transfer process and also more specifically the tag program.
Right.
So I'll put the links in the bottom in the description. So if people are interested in follow through on that process, we have a link below. Jared, I want to thank you. That's basically our 5 minutes, but if you want to keep on talking, we can keep going. But I want to thank you for being on the show.
Right.
Um, but it's awesome to have you because I love to see someone who's actually gone through the process and graduated using all the resources and programs that are available.
Most definitely. Yeah. Thanks for having me.